Leo is the fun-loving, fiery sign of the zodiac. I think the phrase "turn up the volume" was coined after it. It's ruled by the sun, and its mantra is "I am." This Leo new moon is inviting you to step up and own your power. Claim what's yours with courage, bravery, and conviction in true Leo playful style. The high road of this energy is generous and fun. On the low side, it can be vain, pushy, egotistical, and all about me. Remember, the new moon is the perfect time for some self-care and to take a time out to reevaluate what's working and what isn't. Brainstorm, mind map, or journal around whatever feels out of sync and have an honest conversation with yourself about some possible shifts. How can you step into your personal power more with this new moon? What do you need to claim for yourself? Make a note of your answers, begin to make a plan, but wait a few days for the moon's light to start any new projects or intentions. All right, so let's take a look at some of the energetic themes. So currently we have some themes that have been really impacting us. Now, it started with the full moon in Capricorn back on the 13th of July of this month. We had the full moon in Capricorn, and Capricorn is, it's earthy energy, but one of its really strong themes is around structures and top-down governmental kinds of structures. And I alluded to this in the email prior to this gathering today, just to kind of bring some awareness. One of the elements, because we have seen so many governmental leaders resign, from Sri Lanka to Italy to the UK. And that's on top of, what's going on in Ukraine and Russia. And of course, I would be remiss if I didn't, mention our own governmental stuff going on as well, right? Lots of stuff that's kind of being thrown up in the air right now and being challenged for revisiting it in a new way. And then right now we also have coming in this, it's some of it's already present, actually, I should say. Mars, the planet of action and energy and power and anger and war, moved into Taurus. And Taurus is this energy. Think of the bull, that's the symbol of Taurus, is the bull. So while it's a practical, earthy energy also, like Capricorn, it's resilient. It's also stubborn. It's resistant to change. It's slow moving, and it has a real don't rock the boat kind of energy. It likes things to stay as they are. Taurans energetically, that energy is, I really like my creature comforts, really needing that sense of whatever makes me feel at home and nurtured, from everything from, all my senses. So food to my surroundings, my environment, to, the people that nurture me, to you name it, right? But it has this kind of stubborn, every sign has a kind of a high side and a low side. And then the low side of Taurus is, it can have a tendency to be kind of stubborn and resistant to change. So you have Mars that's like working in conjunction with Uranus. And Uranus, this is the planet of revolution, of rebellion, of freedom, of inventing something new, and it's erratic. It comes in bursts. It's not like this constant stream of energetic upheaval. It comes in bursts, and we've seen that for a while, and it's working in conjunction with Mars through through August 4th or so. Uranus is going to be with us in Taurus through April of 2026. But it will shift as far as other energies that are coming into play. So it won't always feel quite so contentious, if you will. But for right now, we just have a lot of different things that are kind of coming into play. And then on top of that, we have the North Node of Fate that's also in Taurus. And our North Node, on a personal level in your own chart, as well as on a country's birth chart, the North Node is where we're headed. And so when it's in conjunction with a planet of revolution, then you can kind of think of how that is causing a change in the direction we are headed in as a country. And likewise, in your own chart, depending on where it's landing in your chart, you might notice a revolution, if you will, of a new way of approaching or feeling a compellion. A compellion, is that a word? A compulsion to move in a certain direction in that area of your life that Mars and Uranus is trying to revolutionize for you. And there's no really getting around it. I mean, if we put our heads in the sand and trying to ignore it, it's only going to make it feel that much more. It's like anything. What we resist persists, right? On a bright side, with the sun moving into Leo as of yesterday, Leo is this fun-loving, playful, generous kind of energy. It's about courage. Think about the lion, right? Leo the lion. That's about bravery. And it has, kind of this turn up the volume kind of energy. And so we have the invitation, if you will, to, how we experience what's going on in our world has a lot to do with how we perceive it. If we focus too much on the dark side, then it can take us down. On the other hand, I just want to make a comment around something that's just been kind of present for me. There is I observe a tendency sometimes I see it a lot on social media, for there to be in certain circles, to put a happy face on everything. And while I totally believe in a positive attitude, to circumvent our feelings in the process, to not acknowledge whatever anger, pain, frustration we might be feeling, to not allow ourselves to connect with that is, I'm just going to say, that's flat out toxic. And so there's a balance there, right? It's important to allow yourself to feel, and to not just to put a positive spin on everything without acknowledging at the same time how you feel about what's going on. All right. So please understand, I'm not saying that it's not important to have a positive attitude. What I'm saying is, please do not circumvent your feelings, because when we push down and don't acknowledge what we feel, then it collects in our physical cellular body. And that, my friends, can lead to illness. It's toxic. So what's important is to allow yourself to find a way to channel what it is you feel, whether it's just allowing yourself to break down and have a cry session, or whether it's you get out your journal and you write all this toxic feelings that you have in your in your head, in your chatter, all that stuff. Just get it out on the paper to get it out of your physical body. Or dance, or some sort of movement, exercise, it can also move that stuff out. But find a way to channel it in a healthy way so that it doesn't stay inside your body, but you're able to move through it. Okay? Does that make sense? Very, very important distinction there. Okay. The other thing about Leo is it is uh, all about stepping in and owning your power, stepping into the spotlight, if you will. The sun rules Leo, right? So the sun is in its happy place right now, right? It travels through all the signs throughout the year, but it's happiest in Leo because that's the sign that it rules. And so we've got this wonderful sunshiny energy that we can step into and harness, if you will. And again, that's a choice, right? It's always a choice.